The sun's still hiding. That's a little over halfway across, which is good. Little one got in last night. Lucky enough for me, number 2 happened to be outside. She called me to ask me why I left one of those calves in that section between groups in there, because it was down there crying and whatnot. I said, hey, you can go check on those cows, aren't you? She says, well, I could. I said, well, why don't you go on down there and shut that valve off? If you can tell, the roof of the bins are really, really, really wet this morning. Very, very heavy dew. 62 freaking degrees and that heavy of a dew. I don't even know what the dew point's supposed to be, but we're kind of back into that pattern we were in, I think, when the dew point is like 5 degrees lower than what we're getting dew at. I think, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. I just see a dark spot. That's still all I see. I'm going to throw this out there and say that that dark spot in the middle of the screen is probably Ichabod looking for some breakfast. Looks to be about the right size, roughly the right color. Anyway, I'm going to go down and stretch that little traveler back out again. That's the white spot down there, you see. And turn the valve back on. And in about 4 hours, it'll be back in. Then I can move it, maybe run it in the same place again, because as you can see, it gets green up there when you run that big one over it. It doesn't get green when you run a little one over it. It just doesn't put out quite enough. And let her get up here. The rest of them ain't going to come up. They're going to lay there till after I'm done. They'll all come up here and go in the barn after I get back up here. You know how that is. That one's going down there. Zoom you back. I got light out. I was going to get you a shot from down below. That was still behind the trees. I forgot to. And that's cruising along pretty good. I got it sped up because for some reason, well, I know why. The other gun's taken enough since this one's out clear at the end. It's taken enough pressure that this is running right at 70 pounds and it should be higher than that. But it is what it is. There's enough there. The sprinkler's working good. I just got to speed the traveler up so it's got enough power to move it. No big deal. And, I guess I'm not going to open that gate, and I'm not going to lean on this wire because I just hooked it back up. I just opened it up so the cows can have the lane. They can come up to right here. And no, I'm not going to let them in there yet. I want that spot to dry out a little more, which it will. Probably won't take it long today. But, they got some green in here. They still got stuff they didn't clean up in here before. They'll get to it. Most of what's out there, right in here it's not much. But also right in here there's the spots where the traveler sat so it didn't get watered. Which you can see a big difference right there. You can see right where that sprinkled to. Most of that's, it's over ankle high for sure. I'd say 10 inches tall. There's a lot of it that's not, but most of it is. And around those old cedar trees up there, there's ryegrass around them. I don't know where that shit came from, but it still makes feed. Some of that, it's, I don't know, probably 2 foot tall anyway. And this piece isn't as tall. It's got, oh, there's spires that are up good, but as far as the leaves, they're just not quite there. Most of it anyway. That part over there is probably almost as good as over here. You can kind of see a definite line. Watch my finger, if I can figure out where it is. Right about here. It's the different grasses. I attribute most of that to having a few years where we didn't have this cross fence in, and I cut that in one piece. Because you're going that way and around, and whatever seed that's on the front of the mower is getting scattered across, which is a good thing, because that needed something. It really needed some help. I got a kick out of it. Mom was talking the other day. I don't remember who she was talking to, but she asked me if I remembered the guys that used to run Full Circle, which that was one of the first fertilizer outfits we had in the county. And he come out and was looking at pastures and stuff, and you know, you need to rip everything up and replant it every 5 years and blah, blah, blah. And Dad's like, why? Well, because it just doesn't hold up, you know, it disappears. And they were up here in this field, and the guy's name was Rick. I remember that. I remember his last name too, but you know. He says, oh, this piece looks really good. I think you only had this in for a couple years. And now this is in, I suppose, the mid-70s. Early to mid-70s anyway. Mom and Dad bought this place in '63. Ah, this is beautiful. How many years, you know, how long you had it in? And Dad says, I don't know. He says, well, you don't remember when you did it? And he says, hell, it was an old pasture when we moved here. This whole place was full of Scotch broom and whatever else. And they cleared it all, but, you know, all they did was come up here and cut Scotch broom out and make a big burn pile. That's all the grasses that was there. That piece, on the other hand, it's been replanted more than once. We actually had barley in that one year. Just trying to get the ground, you know, I put something in it. That was probably in, I don't know, 76, 78, right in there. And it's been replanted once or twice since then. And actually, it's gone the longest since the last time. And Mom said, see, that and that used to all be one piece. She said that it was replanted a couple times, and I vaguely remember, maybe, you know. Okay, that's enough. I have an hour and a half long video before my day's done. Or you might only get to here, I don't know. My day looks like it's going to be playing with irrigation. And hopefully I'll find another piece so I can finish that mower up and get it out of the way and move some stuff. We'll see what happens. Playing with my puppy calves. 713E. 932G, I believe. That's Buddy, whatever they call him. He's my puppy dog. He's my puppy dog. He's just a puppy. Curious George was in here a minute ago, but then he left. I think he might have come back. Yeah, that one might be Curious George. There's a couple of them look the same. And I like the looks of this little girl. Yeah, she's a cutie. Say hello. You say hello? No? Okay. Oh, and 023. Her mommy's right here. Hi, Mama. How's Mama? How's the Mama doing? Which way you want to go? Right there? Okay. Oh, and here's that 3-year-old, first time calver. That one's Mommy. What you doing there, boy? Yeah, you still look kind of alienish. Oh, you're gonna come butt in on me, huh? Still kind of alienish, but other than his face, he's a hell of a calf. He's stout, nice and tall. She's done a really good job with him. Yes, Mama, you've done a really good job, and everybody else gets in the way because they all want to say good morning. Hi, Bam Bam. Yeah, my fan club here. Becky's over filling buckets because I didn't fill buckets for the others yesterday. We usually fill them when we're done feeding. And she wonders who I'm talking to. I'm talking to my puppy calves. My puppy calves. How about? What do you think? Huh? What do you think? You're not sure? Okay. How about you? How about you? Oh, you touched me. You touched me. Don't be running around like that. You did it. And 713E, she's the one that used to catch her laying here. And she'll let me scratch her. Look at that. She thinks she likes that. The tail's going. She's not sure about it, but boy, that tail's going. Okay, I gotta get to feeding. Just gotta be one in a bunch. Came out, shut the little traveler off for the night. This group of cows finally came out, went up the lane. That calf was out here in this other piece. So I just had to run her down here. Pain in the butt. But she's out. And hey, it's been a day. It's been too hot to get a lot of stuff done. I don't know if you can see him. Where is he? I can't see him in the camera. Hawk flying over. I really don't even know where I'm looking. Because I don't know where I'm looking. Should be looking at him. I don't know. I can't see him in it with the lights on it. So basically I do irrigation and try to find a couple of pieces to make something out of. Oh, and helped Becky. She trimmed the flower beds around the backside of Mom's house. A lot of stuff in there we can't let the cows get to, so they can't go in our burn pile that's in the pasture. And since we buried our old burn barrel because it was, had to put it to rest, we don't have that to put stuff in to keep them out of it. So we took it down to the neighbor's, put it on his burn pile. The only thing he's got out there is a mule, and the mule don't go to that part of the field anyway. Well, he's got a couple steers, but they don't get that part of his place. So that's kind of how my day went. And last I looked, it was 95 degrees. And right at about 41 or 42% humidity. So it feels just wonderful. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. And we'll see what tomorrow brings.